We've got an accident off the start.
All of the greatest racing drivers in the world.
And he's going to give him a little help. There it is. Whoa!
He's up inside now. You see, he's made Bell spin. Unbelievable.
The premise, of course, is to determine who would be the world's greatest race driver.
Bobby Rahal and Michael Andretti tangle with one another.
Here comes Jeff Gordon around Zanardi.
Son and father touch coming down on the line.
Dale Jarrett wins the race. Kevin Harvick is the champion of IROC 26.
Well, it's finally been done in an international race of champions.
ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports, welcomes you to the World Center of Racing for the True Value International Race of Champions. Today from Daytona International Speedway, it's race number 1 of IROC 27. On the pole from the O'Reilly World of Outlaws Sprint Car Series, Steve Kinser. And alongside in row number 1, also from the World of Outlaws, Danny Lasoski. Kinser will be driving the black car. Lasoski will be in silver. In row 2 from the IRL IndyCar Series, Sam Hornish Jr. Also in row 2 from the NASCAR Winston Cup Series, Jimmie Johnson. Hornish, the two-time IRL champion, will be in purple. Johnson will be in the rose-colored IROC car. Row number 3, also from the IRL IndyCar Series, Felipe Giaffone. And representing the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, Mike Bliss. Giaffone will drive the aqua-colored car. Bliss, the defending truck champion, will be in red. In row number 4 from the NASCAR Winston Cup Series, Ryan Newman. And also from the Winston Cup Series, starting 8th, Mark Martin. Newman, last year's Winston Cup Rookie of the Year, will be in the cream-colored IROC car. Martin will be in green. Row 5, representing the NASCAR Winston Cup Series, Kurt Busch. And two-time Indy 500 winner, Helio Castroneves. Busch will be in orange, and Castroneves will drive the medium blue car. And in row number 6 from the NASCAR Winston Cup Series, Kevin Harvick, and representing the NASCAR Busch Series, Greg Biffle. Harvick, the defending IROC champion, will be in gold, and Biffle, the 2002 Busch champion, will be in light blue. The best, at least here at Daytona in this first race of IROC 27, as Kinser in black and Danny Lasoski lead them down through the tri-oval to get the green flag, and the 105th race in IROC history is underway. Steve Kinser takes the lead out of turn number 2, and Lasoski drops in behind, but Jimmie Johnson, who started in 4th position, is going to lead a high drafting line as they come off of 2 and down the backstretch.
I would think right now everybody's just looking to kind of get in line, figure out who they can run with. Everybody wants to lead laps, though, because you pay points for leading the most laps. So leading laps is real important. You just can't ride around and wait for the end. So everybody's going to be trying their best to get to the front. Look for somebody who can work with, who will work with them. Everybody can work with each other, but the question is who will work with who.
Good onboard shot looking back from Kinser to Danny Lasoski, and notice how closely Lasoski pulls up on Kinser as they hit the stripe for the first time in complete lap number 1, and Kinser was shown as the leader. Now they're going to get a little aggressive and go 3 wide into the corner.
Yeah, Harvick was one of the guys right there trying to find the middle line there through the tri-oval, probably trying to get himself towards the front, but I got to think about all those open wheel guys, especially Felipe Giaffone. Had never seen an IROC car or a stock car before. He was actually testing one earlier this week here in Daytona on Tuesday. A big learning curve for him. He's got to be a quick study. And I remember my first time coming here in an IROC car, what a thrill it is to take the green flag. But then you also feel like, boy, I really don't know what's going to go on out here.
Like, what have I gotten myself into? That was my first thought.
From his starting position up front and the area that he ran in the early part of the race, and now he falls to the back. Here's what happened on the backstretch last lap.
Well, he tried to squeeze it in at 3 wide, and just you can see the car. He just went, turned left, and he had to turn it back right, and he ran the side of Hornish. That's just air that does that to the car. You lose air, you gain air. When it does, it moves the car around.
And from an onboard perspective now, Harvick comes up, gives us a little bit of a bump draft.
You wish you could do that on the interstate?
No.
In Cup cars, there's no spotters. There's no radio communication for the drivers here today. Are these guys looking in their mirrors?
They spend more time in the mirror than out the windshield. I mean, that is truly what you... Oh, hold it.
Castroneves.
Nice save. Great
Beautiful save.
Look, see if he won't lose the draft, maybe.
No, but his heart rate's going right now, I'll tell you that.
Man.
That was a nice save.
He's got a standing ovation from the people here in the stands.
You know what he did? He did not overcorrect that car. And that was the worst thing you can do in these cars is get the wheel turned back too far to the right. That thing will catch and turn right and head straight to the wall or through the whole pack. He did a masterful job right there. That was wonderful driving.
Helio. Back here at Daytona, sliding through the grass is Steve Kinser. He and Felipe Giaffone got together here in the tri-oval, and it sent Kinser into a long slide, but he did not hit anything. The car has stopped down at the entrance to turn number 1, and we do have a yellow out.
I bet he's really glad the yellow's out. He's got 4 flat-spotted tires, and he's going to have to come in and get tires on his car. He's got to be careful right here, too, going around. The tires could blow out and tear the fenders off the car, and then he just wouldn't be able to keep up anymore. So he needs to not go too fast here.
Well, the nice thing with IROC is that the yellow laps don't count, so he's not going to go down a lap. They bring everybody in and line them up, and off they go.
Steve Kinser's a 17-time World of Outlaw champion, and there is Giaffone, who got out of shape, and as he corrected, he hits Steve.
Yeah, I don't know if Mark got into the back of Steve. It looked like, I'm sorry, Giaffone. It looked like Giaffone turned sideways in the trial. I don't know if Mark, made contact with him, and when he did, like as you said, he had to correct and went up the racetrack, and Steve was up there minding his own business.
And really, it happened at a pretty good position on the racetrack. Yeah, there's the contact, because to Kinser's left right now is concrete wall, but he slides past it and doesn't hit anything except a lot of grass and dirt. This is from on board Steve's car.
It's a normal every day at the office.
Not mine. Kinser, of course, won the IROC race at Talladega in 1994.
And moving around this year than I recall here last year, and we talked a little bit earlier about the younger drivers here as we got some more contact going in, and a great save, actually, by Busch.
Yeah.
Did you see the roof flap? It came completely up on that car. That shows you how much air matters. When the roof flap came up on that car was turning sideways.
Oh, man.
It had no...
I don't know about you, Jeff, but I'm sort of getting excited sitting up here in the booth.
This is really hard, tough racing.
There's a contact between Harvick and Busch that sent the roof flap on Busch's car all the way up.
Yeah, that's not, the impact didn't knock it up. That was just when Harvick went up there, it just shoved the air off the top of the car, and it created a vacuum, and it sucked that roof flap right up. That is a great example of how much air matters to these race cars. He's got a good pusher. He's going to be coming.
White flag, 1 more lap to go. And look at Jimmie Johnson go to the inside of the racetrack, trying to get the inside of Steve Kinser, but unable to. Well, can Danny the Dude Lasoski pull off a win here in IROC 27 at Daytona? Now we watch Kurt Busch as he will try to get to the inside of Lasoski, but Danny's going to make it wide, and Busch once again goes way below the yellow line. He knows that if he improves his position, it'll be a penalty. Lasoski makes the car as wide as possible. He stays in second. They're all over the racetrack behind as Martin has a bit of an edge now.
Mark got way out in front. He's going to have a tough time blocking those guys. He got too far in front because they slowed down.
Here they come to the line. It is Mark Martin going to win. Busch finishes second. Lasoski is third, and Jimmie Johnson fourth. Greg Biffle will end up in 5th position. Wow, Martin wins his 11th IROC race in his career.